Hi, my name is Jeannie Bear, and I'm a second grade teacher in Loudoun County, Virginia. I am currently a student in the Reading, Literacy, and Learning graduate program at Longwood University. Today's objectives are to be able to define phonological awareness and phonemic awareness, to recognize the characteristics of a struggling older reader, and to learn how to deliver explicit phonemic awareness instruction and access lesson plan and assessment resources. According to the National Assessment of Educational Progress in 2019, only 34% of fourth graders in our nation were able to read at or above proficiency level. Research states that 74% of students who read below grade level by the end of third grade face academic challenges in the future. According to Dave Kilpatrick, older struggling readers have learned coping strategies to compensate for their lack of reading comprehension. These students most likely have strong language skills and are skilled communicators. Though comprehension skills typically fall in the average range, they are far below their language skills. Their word reading skills usually fall within average to slightly below average. These students may fall below the teacher's radar as having a reading deficiency. But things to look out for in the classroom would be anxiety or work avoidance. Think about that child who's constantly going to the bathroom or sharpening his pencil during independent work time. Off-task behaviors such as talking or daydreaming. Think about your class clown. And excuse makers for why work is not complete, such as too much noise in the classroom, couldn't see the board, or directions were unclear. Another area to notice would be a weak writing skills. So we're going to take a few minutes now to just stop and think about what experience you've had or what students you may be working with currently that you think might fall into this category. Phonological awareness is being aware of the sounds in speech. It is concerned with the sounds we hear in spoken language, not how words are written. Phonological awareness is an umbrella term that encompasses a broad set of skills that includes manipulating and identifying units of sound in the oral language. Phonological awareness is related to sounds, not print. And according to Adams, the lack of phonemic awareness is the most powerful determinant of the likelihood of failure to read. So let's look at that umbrella. The phonological awareness is broken into words into syllables, alliteration, onset, and rhyme. Then we have the basic phonemic awareness, which is segmenting and blending words. And then when we get to the advanced skills, it's deleting sounds, substituting sounds, and reversing sounds. So when we take a look at Carol Tolman's hourglass figure, we can see that phonological awareness is at the top and that orthography is at the bottom and that they come together in the middle. These skills start at the most broad and easiest to master skills and narrow down to the most difficult and precise skills. The early stages of phonological awareness focuses on syllables, onset and rhyme, and alliteration are typically mastered by kindergarten. The basic level of phonological awareness includes segmenting and blending sounds. These skills are typically mastered in kindergarten through early second grade. But then we see this advanced stage. This is when the magic happens. Typical students will continue to develop these skills through third and fourth grade, even without direct instruction. However, some students will not naturally progress beyond basic levels. They will master phoneme segmentation, but struggle with phoneme manipulation and will need explicit direct instruction. According to Kilpatrick, students can have good blending skills, but show inadequate reading development. So phonological awareness versus phonemic awareness. Phonological awareness is hearing and manipulating chunks or word parts, such as happy and then happy. Clapping hands, feeling the breath, happy, or feeling the jaw move. They all, or they can hear the onset and rhyme. The onset would be the first sound, and then the rhyme, ands. Phonemic awareness is hearing individual sounds or phonemes, the smallest unit of sound, like bed, b, e, d, all the different little sounds. Phonological continuum chart. As we take a look at the phonological continuum chart, we can see that the foundation critical for early literacy success stops here at the segmenting and blending. However, research proves that it is critical for students to continue up the continuum to this level of deleting and manipulating sounds. Phonemes. When we take a look at the ladder of reading by Nancy Young, we see that 5% of our students learn reading with little to no effort. 35% will learn to read with a basic instruction and exposure to print. This is about 40% of our population. So what about the other 60%? We see that learning disabled students with dyslexia or other health impairments make up about 10 to 15% of our student population. That leaves 40 to 50%, nearly half of our students in this area, where learning to read requires code-based, explicit, systematic, and sequential instruction. According to Kilpatrick, every point in a child's development of word-level reading is substantially affected by phonological awareness skills, from learning letter names all the way up to efficiently adding new multisyllabic words to the sight vocabulary. Based on research that began with Lanai Airy back in the 70s, Dave Kilpatrick states that phonemic awareness allows orthographic mapping to occur, which helps students store printed words into long-term memory, which we call as sight word vocabulary. Proficient readers have phoneme and letter sound proficiency and will quickly adapt while reading and store words into memory. So I've given you a lot of information. So we're going to stop right here and just ponder over what you've learned, what you're thinking about, where this is making you think. I'm just going to give you a few seconds. You can pause the video if you want to just write down some questions and think, how are phonological and phonemic awareness alike, and how are they different, and how do they matter? So this is an example for your small group work. You should begin with a quick 3 to 4 minute warm-up. These activities will help your struggling readers develop the advanced phonological skills they are missing. I will model these types of activities. It is important to remember that all 3 components make up the necessary skills needed for students to weave the strands of Scarborough's reading rope together. Though phonemic awareness is just one strand of the rope, it is typically the missing strand for struggling readers. So we have the advanced phonological awareness or a warm-up for 2 to 3 minutes, then phonics practice for 4 to 5 minutes, and I do, we do, you do, and then the application of connected text reading and writing for 10 minutes. And here are some links to some resources that you can use that are free to help you prepare for your lessons. So now we are going to practice. So say spot. Now delete the first sound. What word do you have? Pot. Say snail. Now delete the first sound. What word do you have? When you delete s, you have the word nail. Say pale. Now delete the last sound. What word do you have? When you delete l, the word you have is pay. Say race. Now delete the last sound. What word do you have? When you delete s, the word is ray. So this is a phoneme substitution activity. Say got. Now replace g with h. What word do you have? You have hot. Say lone. Now replace oo with sh. What word do you have? Shown. Say meat. Now replace with s. What word do you have? The word is seat. Say race. Now replace with p. What word do you have? Pace. These are all oral. None of this would be written. I've written it down for you to see as one instructor to another, but you would not have anything written for your students. Syllable substitution activity. So this is when they're substituting syllables. So say nighttime. Change time to light, and the word you have is nightlight. Say bullfrog. Change frog to dog, and the word is bulldog. Say bedrock. Change rock to time, and the word is bedtime. Say teacher. Change teach to farm. The word is farmer. Say monster. Change mon to ham, and the word is hamster. So now we're going to use some Alconin boxes. So I'm just going to drag these little red dots into a square to represent the sound that I'm hearing. Say fire truck. Now, sorry, I messed that up. Fire truck. Say football, football. Now say football without ball, say ball. Now say flashlight. Now take away the light, and you have flash. And here are some more activities or resources to help you find things to use with your students in your classroom. They are all free, and this particular Florida Center for Reading Research has fabulous activities that you can do, and it's really got a wealth of information from the youngest and beginning learner to the older higher level thinker. And here are my references, and thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.